Use the important arm strength for resistance balance. Quit their mesmerism. There is not a single photo of the old teachers holding the teachers who are holding now. Everyone has their hands open. However, when you look at the photos of older people, for some reason, they are clenching their fists. The photos from when they were young are like this. As they age, it becomes like this. It's like at some point, it changed to clenching. This is the real history, like the 50s now. In short, the people who trained when they were young are acting a little cocky and imitating the way they started. That's what it is now. The technology has completely changed. Yes, that's right. It's embarrassing. Do you understand the meaning of breaking down here? Are you removing the one that was held? When it was held, which do you think is better, to eliminate the bad right or the good right? Oh, by the way, is it okay? When held by someone, it's easier to remove by opening your hand. However, it's good for the part you're doing as a shoulder. Just one more thing. Please do it one more time. The current super limited is in this posture. People who are receiving something are dressed like this, right? We'll start from here, right? You've been watching how I've been doing it, haven't you? You haven't been doing it like this, have you? Do you understand that these two are different in meaning? No, I'll say it clearly. When your hand is held like this, it won't come off. So try doing this with a straight punch. It still won't come off. Right? Then let's try it like this. It's still not coming off, huh? I am stronger. Is that okay? Let's try this way. It's already off. That's how it is. Even at this time, when it opens sideways, instead of pushing with the forearm, try opening your hand. The difference is in this. Try opening your hand. Yes, it comes out. Try pushing with your hand. It won't come out. That's right. That's right. This shape, that's why it's called the old one. There is not a single mistake. The person doing it likes this. That means I don't understand the meaning. Only the direction comes across. People start doing it in an easy way. So that's the point that the teachers are doing, while doing it in the same form, even though you understand how it should really be. If you have them, do it while understanding. This will become a part of you. So make sure of that point. When you grasp the opponent, they will freeze up a bit smoothly. This will all come off now. So the super repair. If you remove it here, you'll get a headbutt, what's called a knee kick. This is the basic breakdown. But if you really do it, if you open it like this, they'll come from there too. Both sides, right? So the moment it opens, I take it here. It will open, right? It's fine whether it's right or left. While moving my feet, if I move here, I'll take this hand here. That's why I get knee kicked. So I got caught now. I pulled back. Removed. The two-person practice goes up to there. Please face each other. The crucial point is the opponent will come to grab. At this moment, please grip the fist. Even when pulling like this, the force is still there, but if you open your hand like this, it will come out. So when the opponent's little finger loses its strength, it means everything comes off. This can still be pulled, so take it like this. Even if you take it like this, so just like that. It can also work with other techniques, but even if you do it like this, my strength is lost because this cannot be taken. The technique doesn't work. Don't do things that let this happen. You must not, so do it properly. The Super Olympics, it is always like this. Look closely at that. Practice in opposition. Try it. I started with this. The problem is this. Put some effort. My little finger got dislocated. If you do it like this, it will click. So the movement of the feet from left to right, keep the shoulders as they are. I remember how to dislocate first, but in reality, the feet actually move in a shape like now I really have to use it, just like this. If you open up your shoulders, it connects to your hands and inside, right? So when it's used smoothly, remember to do it smoothly. That's the result. Towards you, towards you. Yes, yes, yes. If you do it like this, because the opponent's elbow is also extending, your side's strength is powerful. It will smoothly go like this. It's good to move your feet at this time. As for the shoulder, it should stay like this. The meaning is at this moment. It's good to enter like this. If you do that, then like this won't work. Also twist here. Excuse me. Twist like this again. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Oh, I slipped out, right? It's loose. Yes, yes. Twist it again. If you do it firmly like this, it will come out, the one to lay sideways. That one moves its legs. Bring it here. Bring it like this. So if you do it slowly like this, bring it like this. From here, enter like this. Suddenly bring it, because the elbow is extended. Because the elbow is extended, it's not working anymore. However, when I say this, the other person also starts bending their elbow. In that case, who has the upper hand in strength? Hands. This way, more strength is put in, right? The other person is already fully extended. To be clear, there will be a lot of unfinished business. Just, this is bad for me. Next time, I'll lower my elbow a bit. Yes, yes, I'll take this. I'm playing now. No, no, good. Coming like this, because this happened now, held like this. After doing it like this. Then you see, even though I'm still stronger, however, if I do that, yes, my hand will reach further. Then his strength will increase and become overall stronger. That's why I was caught form basic practice, right? Those who can do this can move on to the next step. So if you can do this as it is, in principle, theory, and then the actual thing, it must actually move. For example, the current movement, even if you grip it with both hands, it's the same as the shoulder. Yes, it's the same. So when the other person grips with both hands, the worst way to do it, when gripping with both hands, they try to pull this with both hands, but don't let them pull it. But once it's in like this, it's already loose. If you turn like this, it will naturally hit and fall with a pop. I've grabbed both hands now, but the shoulder and hand are together. Once you take this, everything else will remain the same. Right now, you've just grasped the key points. If you grasp the key points, you can do it the fling. So if you grab both hands, this will open, right? If it doesn't open, although the shoulder is open, if you don't open it, this technique won't work like the previous one. No matter how much you try, they are trying to escape now. So this is all you have. It's not that difficult. If everyone does the basic training properly and uses it well, then it will go in that direction. However, it's better to just do proper basic training. If you understand clearly that this leads to that and that leads to this, we will continue to apply it as it is. This is how to use this part up to that point. でそれがこれにつながる、これがこれにつながるということをしっかり分かれば、それをそのままあとは応援していきます。First, one common thing that is often said is this. Yes, when a middle thrust comes, like this. Yes, when an upper thrust comes, kick like this. Yes, in the form of twisting that I think this will probably come out in various breakdowns. It's very good to practice this foundation, but actually there are no people who thrust like this, right? Can you do it when facing an opponent? Yes, people who seem capable. First of all, it seems impossible. It's natural that you can't do it, because this is not that kind of thing. But if it actually comes when you deflect the initial intense intention to the side with a bang, you enter this movement. So basically, you can do it by aligning with the rotational movement. Basically, when you do that, everything is rotating like this, right? Everything is rotating, right? When it's rotating, it means that when it comes to meet you, it's like going pawn, right? Because of that, this can be done. So if that's the case, go pawn, and you can thrust at the position of its true form. If you can do this, you just need to hook and defeat it. You just need to move along with your feet this time. Although my feet were stopped just now. Bang, crash! You just need to hook onto it like this. It would be good to be able to do this shape anytime. One more effective. There is one way to use it when captured by the opponent. At this time, smoothly rotate like this. Once you've come this far, it's sticking closely like this. Press here while holding this here. Just this much, the opponent will move. You can do this when it separates. I will never let go of this, for sure. If you don't let go, the opponent will follow along with you. So, recently here, make sure to firmly remember this part of the super limp. I'm sorry, but it's necessary. It's not like this. Do you understand? Bring it over in this direction. You will take the opponent in this form. All right, let's try that part. It's not decided yet properly, but in that form, firmly here. I'll take this firmly here. If this separates, it won't work anymore. So when this comes in with a bang, I'll strike the opponent from here. If done here, continue to use it like this. Don't shift this from here, just like this. That's why you should come like this. You need to keep your body close. It's better if the opponent comes off when this separates. So I'll stick this to this side. If you do this, it won't work if it turns out like this. This and this are completely different. So if you come like this and get better with both hands. This is the basic of the shoulder for this purpose. So actually, the moment it pops up, it goes in this direction. If you do that, this goes in, and then this. First, remember this for this side. It's to do that. So about a handful of this. It won't work unless you tightly adhere it here in shape. If it moves away, yes. Yes, I'll do it with one hand. I can do this with one hand, but when you really want to put your all into it, use both hands. However, this is just a basic practice. The most crucial thing is to keep doing it, to enter here, and acquire that. So in Aikido, it might be different, I don't know, but this part of the shoulder, write this on this part of the shoulder, and then use it to restrain the opponent. Okay, please. Yes, when something like this comes, the most important thing is here. Because you're bracing yourself here. Those who are bracing themselves will stay like this. But I don't know. It won't work if you're exerting force. Relax your strength. On the contrary, try relaxing your strength. Are you ready? Reduce your strength to 0. Keep squatting until you can't hold it anymore. Try squatting down. Yes, you're bracing yourself again and tensing up. That's why it turned out like this. So if you can come this far, are you ready? You are playing with that move, aren't you? You can use it, right? You can't use it while it's up there. Try it one more time. You can't use that move at this time. Try crouching. You can use it now, right? Just hit the testicles. So rather than resisting, falling smoothly in the opposite direction like now, hitting the testicles. That's why it's scary, right? When you pull back, you can do this, right? It's scary if you get caught. If you brace yourself like this, focusing this way, the strength of the force is strong. So with a thud, crouch down. So there's no need to push through here. It's the opposite. Smoothly, riding on the technique, then dismounting, applying this technique. This has been applied, right? Can I do it one more time? Engaging like this here, bringing this here. Okay, one more time. Bring it over here at that moment of skill. You can hold your ground. Clap that hand while trying hard with one hand with both hands. This hand over here starts moving. So the next move is a disarming technique. It's interesting, but then clench your fist. Even if you clench your fist, it's no good. It's going to get caught like this. Do it again. Do it again. Once you get here, you can throw it. But you endured more than earlier, right? Being able to endure means you can use it freely anytime. I'm trying to hold back with both hands, right? It's free. You can always use the free hand to attack. So if you get a counter move, it won't take effect until it's decided. So until it's decided, use the free leg for attack anytime. Bring it to Skyly's posture. So if you take this, you can hit here. It's okay to be thrown. But even while being thrown, there is a striking effect. If it's like this at that time, of course it will be caught in something. But just by doing this, you can endure to some extent. Enduring means being able to attack. That's why I practice everything as if it were so. The most important thing is this and the movement of this hand at this moment. So we only did this part earlier. When you do it with this hand movement, you can properly restrain the opponent's hands with both hands. For example, when they grip, it's different at this moment. If you use it like this, at this moment, I'll use this side here. When I do this, it's quite difficult to get a hold of. In times like this, I use both hands to do this. I often throw while doing this, to prevent being attacked in return. Whenever something happens, they attack from here. So if you think you won't get caught, then bam! I always hit the chin before throwing. These kinds of things can also be connected in that way. Please try practicing on your own. The super limp hand thrust I've said before, not to grab with both hands. So for example, like this, when it comes from this hand, at the moment you do this, that hand comes in. That means you can't retreat here. The moment you retreat, this goes in. And then with a bang, it's this technique. 1, 2 movements become the shoulders for this. Remember that it's not more than that. This is an old person. You use it frequently, don't you? Originally, it's a full-body thrust. Doing this continuously, what's necessary is at that time doing this to build the muscles in the back, and this muscle, when you actually use it, please use it more practically. What is often broken down in super limp, so-called against the thrust. I think this is what is so-called broken down here. It is said that hitting the muscle properly, the real super limp, this part here. It is correct to hit with the shoulder. So for example, to put it simply, from here, let's say we turn around 1, 2, it enters like this here. Hit it with a bang on the shoulder here, because it will be the opposite if it goes through the shoulder. Hit here. It's because it's hitting here that it becomes super limp, right? Actually, this is all about here. This part is actually like it is now. It's included in this. I'll hit it, so just grip the cue ball here and give it a good shot. It's like this, is that okay? It's like this now, let's go down and to the right. Should I do the opposite? It's okay to follow up with a thrust even if the opponent comes along. Hit it hard right here. It's in, so just like that. So you can freely hit here, right? You can hit in this shape, but you can't hit structurally and can't grasp it either. This is in the way, and this leg is in the way. It's not possible. It would be effective if the leg was like this. However, the original shape is, from now on, you hit with your shoulder and enter here. Here you can turn around, or just if you go in, you will collapse, just like that, right? You don't have to take it. I'll just go in like this. Can't you move forward because the muscles are twisted? No, I want you to move forward. So you have to become like them. You have to become like them. If I say pawn, then just like that. I'm saying this as I enter like this now. It's okay to step out with this footwork, right? Let's face it, from now on, this time will come. Let's do it with our hearts. The moment the opponent follows, go for it. So enter with this. It won't work if it's the face, but it will work if it's mid-level. That's it for now. It ends up feeling like this. This is the Super Olympics. So not with elbow pads. Enter like this. If you follow enter like this, this will collapse easily. If you start with this, yes, surprisingly easy. So it becomes like this. When exchanging blows, it's not a problem at all. At this moment, I tend to receive it like this unintentionally. Instead of receiving it, bump into it with a pawn from the shoulder. Just keep doing it. In a position where you can headbutt right away, make sure to remember that, well, originally what ball was taught was grabbing the balls from this position. Isn't it like this with the shoulder? Grab the balls here, rotate the balls, and let them drop. If you hold it like this, and go. Just keep holding it like this, That's why my shoulders are like this. I was told that myself. Don't hit, just hold it here. That's why we're not like this. My hand is like this. So hit this part with the back of your hand, then just hold the testicles and twist lightly. This is the die of Suparinpei. This part, I was taught that, so I can't lean that far. Please keep it in your own image. It's fine to just say that. In reality, I don't think we'll come across such scenes very often. It's better not to try so hard. This last part, I've been doing it since earlier. We'll finish Suparinpei with this part. Actually, this is how we are. Just now, the person you are watching kicks out, and here it opens with a pawn. But we ourselves don't do that. I don't really understand the meaning of this opening. But as I mentioned earlier, when the opponent takes the initiative, bring your thumb and middle finger here. You can withstand resistance. I said that being able to withstand means you can use your own techniques. Please learn this well. This is also true, but doing it in this way makes it effective to brace yourself. If the foothold works, then this move can be used. If the foothold doesn't work, it will stay like this. If the foothold doesn't work, it will pop out. It's good if the foothold works. Bring it here smoothly. If you always remember this, you can hold this in various ways. It's also used well for striking. As I said earlier, if you kick with a bang, I want you to remember this. This is the way to strike the collarbone. This is collarbone purification. Can you see it? This is the hollow between the collarbones, right? Strike there with this. Strike with a popping sound like this. Normally, once you strike, they would already be trying to escape. So grab onto this area. Just prevent the opponent from moving. Really just strike with a popping sound. If you can control this with just one finger, it's a vital point. When using this, it's a striking technique called a kouchi. This will lift this up. It doesn't rise from the bottom to the top. Doing this will hurt your own hand, so be careful. This is important. Please use it in this way. This is not good. When doing it like this, also practice blocking. Blocking like this and entering like this is correct. Then after taking it lightly, use techniques like knee strikes. Remember it in that way, it's very important. It really works, right here. Type this around here. It's good to hit this like a stone, hitting this above and below the collarbone. This is a technique behind the Suparinpei. On the surface, we also learn to receive this in this form of receiving, and at the same time as receiving, this also leads to escaping. So we did it earlier, but escape. At this moment, this mostly comes off, so if you move on to the next technique from one, it's good. So at the moment you first escape, bring it in with a pop. After this, moving into this. So, because you're holding it like this, there's no need to necessarily do it exactly like this. The direction that is easiest for me to miss will come up later. From now on like this. Of course it's the same, but of course it's fine to just smoothly go straight. For me, if I do this, I immediately hit in this way together. Reverse techniques are reverse techniques in themselves, so it's okay to do them individually, but it's more effective to do it while coordinating with striking, like now. So when learning, don't use striking, but actually, while earnestly trying to reverse the technique, you won't end up being hit by that hand. So when applying this, it's much more effective to say pawn before applying. When reversing, try doing it with that kind of feeling. That's why in the sword, there's always a striking technique when you take a counter move. So the striking technique, and then you flow with it. Even with the current one, if you try to stick to the form, for example, in a clash of forms, there's a movement within the 1,000-inch form. Within the 1,000-inch form, well, it's not exactly a 1,000-inch form, but actually, there's a movement like this. This part was captured by the opponent, so I did this. I took it like this, thrust it. So I'm doing it like this, but the form is like this. In reality, in a shape like now, smoothly pull back and bang. If you stick to the form, next it will just go like this. Here, I'm doing it with a snap. I'm setting this up for you, so once you hit, all you have to do is throw it with a bang, right? So when the opponent catches it smoothly, it's the same whether you grab it with both hands. If the opponent grabs it with both hands, you smoothly step forward according to the standard form. Since it's opened up to this extent, it will come off, so remove it. Thrust as it is, just hit with a bang like this. So removing it means removing what you caught. Unless you have the mindset to already get into the throwing position, you absolutely can't go on. From my family's dojo, half-hearted counter techniques will actually kill you. That's why those who can truly strike can apply counter techniques relatively freely. That's why in my dojo, we mainly practice thrusts and kicks. First of all, it is no good to teach the reverse technique to those who do not have it. If you wear it firmly, you will find it surprisingly. Reverse technique is born poco 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 poco. That was this way. This was the right thing for the teacher to say. At first, I've been telling you a lot of times actually, from my specialty base. When I told you that your fist was the most helpful, you really came here. I was still young, and I thought it would be stronger for me to work on my fist. However, I started to learn a soft blow. I know when there is something that the master wanted to say. Then a soft blow. When you practice on your own, the feeling of focusing on your opponent, I can see a bit that people can fall with a really soft blow. It really turns interesting. But you have to wear it. Human beings are unconsciously gripping at the moment when they strike instinctively. Control your instinct and hold it until you touch it. You must have your own control. When you do that, you can hit it as soft as you started. Until then, it is better to acquire the technology of coalescing firmly. People who have created the technology of coalescing will be very skilled if they enter the soft blow of soft blow. I do not know if I will wear a soft blow from the beginning, because I've never done that. I also entered from intense training and turned into the current blow. Try it. You're twisting right now, right? Will it be stronger if you twist? So sometimes you don't twist. Unexpectedly, it's more obedient. You will go obediently. That's better. But when a beginner does it, everyone eats their wrist. So beginners have to learn to twist and hold firmly. If the children were teaching again, tell me something. Tell me this kind of technology. What will be the children with this muscle? It will be like this. I can't stand this. That's why beginners have to stand up here. Advanced person stands in the direction of pulling out the power. So as the level changes, the technique changes. That's why you can open it. This move, this is 50-ru. Beginners will learn from this. If you go up, switch to this. We're doing it in 2 stages. This part. Why can't I? I can't skimp and beginners at all. First, it's impossible. More to be hit while receiving a scoop. So when you get the technology of rake receiving, scooping is a very effective technique of the other wife. Beginners will teach here because they can't do this. First of all, this will be better. This is what you learn on that. Can this be done or not? You don't have to do it. So try to do where all the shoulders have a double structure. You have to change your shoulders to a level that is different from one level. This has been the case for a long time. So at what stage do you want your shoulder in the middle? Shoulders are quite different 50-ru of Okinawa and people of pre-war and post-war descent. That's also why the shoulders really look completely different. So 50 churches and Dr. Eiichi Miyazaki. We are quite different, but Eiichi Miyazaki is at us. The first thing to see is where to look. How to use the roots of the body. Not here. So if the use of the back chin mouth is correct, I'm doing that. This can be done in the application operation. But it is important to make the decision that this is done properly. People who just haven't finished this one. I can't help if I just look at this of my minions. So the bottom line is to wear all body cadres. I did a super ring pecorin now.